I want to welcome everybody to this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports. I'm your host, Steve Perry, and coming off another fun-filled, jam-packed race weekend. I know it's hard to think middle of October and we still can have a fun-filled, jam-packed race weekend, but that's what happened this past weekend down to Thompson, Connecticut for the annual World Series of Racing event. And what a great time we had. Went down Saturday. 15 divisions in action, as you heard from Russ Dowd last week. Just so much happening down there. And you know, if you had a car, you bring it, you probably found a home to put it in a division. And a couple of Mainers down there in action. You know, a lot of Maine race fans. Saw a lot of Mainers down there. A lot of Maine plates in the parking lot. And, you know, a lot of people came up and, you know, said hi, introduced themselves, talked about the show, talked about the race in there. And I really appreciate all the support from everybody, you know, surrounding Mainly Motorsports. But, you know, a couple of names that come to mind, recognizable names for you Maine race fans. Garrett Hall, driver of the Sports Series. I believe he was a point runner-up over there at Beechers in number 94. Him and Dennis, the entire team, made the trek down there, ended up running in the Outlaw Sportsman race, and did a really good job, you know, getting used to the big track. You got to figure Garrett runs on a 3rd-mile track every week over there at Beechers Motor Speedway, and now he's going to a 5/8-mile track where the speeds are he's never seen before behind the wheel of a race car. So, you know, he adapted very well, stayed out of trouble, ended up with a top 10 finish on Saturday night. So, you know, he's got to be real proud of his efforts making the trek down there to Thompson Speedway for the first time. And then, you know, Larry Gelinas, who's got as many laps around that track as anybody we know that drives a Pro Stock / Super Late model, you know, ran the Granite State Pro Stock Series on Sunday. And as you'll see later on in the episode, he didn't have a bad day. So, you know, it was nice to catch up with Larry and Scott Lamb and the entire team and, you know, talk about them. They were pretty excited to be there. You know, Larry didn't say this about a home court advantage, but I felt coming into the event between him and the point leader, Mike O'Sullivan, they both probably had the home court advantage. They both run a lot of laps around there, both track champions, former track champions from down there at Thompson Speedway. And so, you know, it was going to make for an interesting battle between the two of them. But we had a great time down there, saw a lot of friends, not only Maine people that support the show, but, you know, people from other parts of New England, as well as, you know, down in the Carolinas. You know, spent probably a half hour on Saturday morning talking to Jerry Babb. And, you know, a lot of you people remember Jerry Babb, the famed number 3 from up at Oxford, you know, Pro Stock track champion up there, and I believe it was 1999. And, you know, then he made the trek south, and he's been working, you know, in some cup shops, some nationwide shops, and, you know, he settled in a, you know, nice little job down there. He's kind of oversees the whole race team. They run some developmental programs. So it was really nice to catch up with Jerry, you know, talk about the New England racing. You know, he still loves it. He still loves to tune into Mainly Motorsports, catch some highlights each week from wherever we are filming races, and, you know, see a lot of his old friends still doing it and, you know, finding success. So it was nice to catch up with Jerry. And then Sean Waddell, everybody is getting a little bit more comfortable and knowing Sean. He is the racing electronics rep, as far as I'm concerned, in New England. You know, he's based out of Connecticut, but, you know, he travels to the races. I know he was at some past races, some ACT races, follows the MRS tour, follows the Whelen tour. So really, he can take care of all your needs. And, you know, it was pretty neat to see him down there this weekend. And, you know, Sunday up in the scorer's booth, you know, spotter's booth, spotting for Ryan Priest, donning the Mainly Motorsports apparel, you know, and he brings a lot of attention to himself, so it's good exposure for us. I look at it as a positive. He thinks it could be a little negative sometimes, but it's a positive. So it was really a good time down there, and you know, so much fun, so many people, and you know, to be able to bring this to you and all the racing. I really got to thank Dave McGuire and Dave Stewart. I mean, Dave Stewart edits the show week in, week out, takes what I give him and molds it into something that, you know, hopefully is enjoyable for all you to tune in and see. And, you know, I know once in a while we have some glitches and some speed bumps and some hurdles, but Dave does a tremendous job, and everything he does. And then Dave McGuire spent the weekend with me down there, and, you know, up on the rooftop filming. And Sunday was pretty neat because Fox was filming to you know, the modified race, the Whelen modified race, and the championship battle. So they were doing their thing, and, you know, Dave was up there with some high dollar equipment with those guys, and you know, kind of, you know, getting the network stuff, so to speak, you know, the network talk. So it was a good time, and I really appreciate them. And, you know, if it wasn't for them and the efforts that they put in, we wouldn't be able to bring you this week's or any week's episode of Mainly Motorsports. So, a lot going on, a lot in this week's show, but it doesn't end here. I mean, there's so much down the road stuff that we have. The Northeast Motorsports Expo. I mean, we're almost into November, which then December, then January. So if you haven't received paperwork, make sure you contact me through email or text message, through Facebook. Follow along with us, and you can go to the northeastmotorsportsexpo.net website, get information there, see who's coming, see who's already signed up, and hoping to have some bigger announcements in the next couple weeks of some things we plan on doing, some people we plan on bringing in or trying to bring in, and the Pit Stop Challenge, Last Chance Motorsports Pit Stop Challenge. That'll be taking place this year. Got some little wrinkles we're going to throw into that, so stay tuned and follow along with that, as well as the Mainleys. You'll start seeing within the next week or so, still trying to get the categories finalized, getting all the competitors nominated, and getting the Mainleys out there so you can have your vote there and be able to choose who you think is deserving in the 15 categories that we always put out there. So just lots going on, lots and lots. And then banquet season. You guys, be proud of your accomplishments. You champions, stand up there and be on it. And competitors, hey, we might have ruffled their feathers, we might not have got along sometimes, might have tore up some equipment, but show your support. I mean, there's only one champion in each division each year, and honor those champions and and honor the teams that work so hard to come out on top. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get right into some highlights and some action from Thompson Speedway.
You don't have to wait till the camping season is over to get your best price of the year on all in-stock travel trailers, fifth wheels, pop-ups, motorhomes, and toy haulers. We have over $1 million in snowmobile trailers incoming and really need the room, so all RVs need to go. Save up to $20,000 on fifth wheels, toy haulers, and Winnebago Class C motorhomes. Save up to $10,000 off travel trailers. Get your best deal while the best part of camping season is still here.
Scott's Recreation, Route 4 Turner and Route 202 Manchester, Maine. Don't let the other guys rough you up. Shop online at otmotorsales.com.
Clark's Eastside Scrap and Westside Scrap, two of the region's most efficient scrap yards. Both locations have the latest and greatest equipment, along with large capacity scales that are constantly calibrated to ensure honest weights. Car crushing, roll-off containers, scrap metal. Clark's Eastside Scrap in Chelsea and Clark's Westside Scrap in Farmingdale. Don't fix it, scrap it.
Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Southern Maine Motors, out to be Maine's #1 Chrysler Dodge Jeep dealership, Route 1 Saco.
One of the nice things about a big race weekend at the track, similar to Oktoberfest, Past 400 weekend, 250 weekend up here, is the support divisions get to race in front of crowds that they normally wouldn't race in front of. So, that was pretty neat on Saturday to be down there, and some of the more entry-level divisions able to race in front of thousands of people, 8,000-10,000 people. I don't know what the grandstand side was on Saturday, but they had a really big crowd there at Thompson, and some really good racing, some battles, last lap passes, races not decided until the end, and that's what you always want to see, you don't want a snoozer. And so we put a little highlight reel together of some of the other divisions, that aren't your marquee divisions, so to speak, and show you some highlights of some of the racing and action and wrecks and things that took place on Saturday in the support divisions. So here's a little highlight piece from Thompson's support divisions on Saturday.
Award Champs LLC is Southern Maine's premier award supplier and official award supplier for many of the area's top organizations and events. If you're in need of an award for a sponsor, employee recognition, fundraising event, or an entire sports organization, call Todd Mead at Award Champ. They provide the best for less with competitive pricing like the big online firms, but give you the personalized service you can only get from a local supplier. When you're in need of awards or personalized gifts, call Award Champs, where they'll help you reward your champion.
Looking for a great time, great people, and great food? Then visit New England's #1 biker destination, Bentley's Saloon, owned by legendary supermodified driver Bentley Warren. Bentley's is a biker bar that welcomes everyone. Staying in the area, Bentley's has their own full-service campground right on site. Tuesdays, Bentley's Cruise Night attracts car enthusiasts from all over New England. Located on Route 1 in Arundel, Bentley's Saloon guarantees a great time. Check out the fun at BentleySaloon.com and see why Bentley says, who has more fun than us?
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
Now, one thing when we think of the Connecticut area, it's modified country. I mean, they run a couple of different divisions on a weekly basis at Thompson. You got Stafford, you got Waterford. Some of these guys travel track to track to track, and they run all three tracks and, you know, try to chase national points for the NASCAR deal. And, you know, so no shortage of modifieds down there. And the Volante Modified Series already crowned their champion at Lee. Rowan Pennick picked up the championship there, secured enough points, but didn't mean there wasn't a race to be run and some other point battles to be decided. And you know, they qualified and ran their main event, 75-lap race on Saturday night, and it was a good race right from the start. And some of the issues that have plagued that series, so to speak, this year, the tire saving and all that, I think they thought was a little bit in play, but it really wasn't. Thompson isn't as hard on the tires as, let's say, a Lee or a Beechridge. You know, the tight tracks, tight corners, short tracks. But so there was racing from the drop of the green, and really a great race, and you know, battles going on all the time, and you know, really enjoyed ourselves. And you know, so here's the highlights, and you'll hear from the winner, who's no stranger to victory lane. Maybe not on the Volante Modified Series, but just no stranger to victory lane when it comes to that state of Connecticut.
the guys put a lot of pressure on me. Ted made me work my car pretty hard. You know, Barrett, I knew he was saving right to the end, and you know, when Junior on the radio started telling me 2 or 3 cars, I knew we had a shot at the end. But gotta thank this whole team, they're awesome. You know, we have a lot of fun racing. Gotta thank John and Maynard Rafano for giving me an awesome race car. I gotta thank Pettit for the awesome horsepower under the hood. I gotta thank Wheeler's Auto, Maruso for Bullet Performance Systems, and just this whole team. We have a lot of fun with them.
And you won Valente races at all 3 Connecticut tracks. How important is that to you?
Yeah, you know, this is a great night, and you know, this Thompson's where we started. I got to thank the Valente series. I got to thank the Honig family for having us here. I got to thank the MRS series and just everybody. They make this series a lot of fun.
And here's a man who made it fun tonight. Your winner in car number 68, Keith Rocco. So
there you have it, Keith Rocco. Pretty much dominating fashion. You know, I think he led just about every lap, and you know, had a good car, and you know, wins all kinds of stuff on the NASCAR Wheeling weekly series. You know, challenges for the national championship. You know, like others like him before have won it up this way. Teddy Christopher and comes to mind. So really a good job, and he held them all off. Richard Savory, Tommy Barrett, Rowan at the end. So congratulations to Keith Rocco and everybody, and you know, the successful 2013 season. You know, we got some Mainers that are pretty heavily involved in that series. You know, Scott Tapley, who's the race director, Chip Pettingill. You know, I mean, just you know, a lot of people still. As much as the modifieds have left the state of Maine, we got a couple of competitors, Josh Cantera, Jacob Dorr, come to mind, that still compete weekly down to Star, but it doesn't. It's still got a big fan following. So a lot of people down there from Maine that were really looking forward to watching the modifieds, the Valente Modified Series, and they treated him to a great show. So we're going to take a break. We come back, we'll have some more race action and highlights from the World Series at Thompson. Welcome to Mainely Motorsports.
To order copies of a show, send a check or money order for $15, shipping and handling included, to Mainely Motorsports, 326 Roosevelt Trail, Windham, Maine, 04062. And please add a description of the show.
At Southern Maine Chrysler Dodge Jeep, we truly do make it easy for our customers every step of the way.
At Southern Maine Motors, they made it really easy to find a car I like because of their wide selection, and they also help me finance.
At Southern Maine Motors, they make me feel like family. They made it so easy.
Looking for a new 2013 Chrysler Dodge or Jeep? You've got to check them out. You can't afford not to.
We are under construction, but we are open, so come on in, we'll make it easy.
The summer clearance event is going on now.
You don't have to wait till the camping season is over to get your best price of the year on all in-stock travel trailers, fifth wheels, pop-ups, motorhomes, and toy haulers. We have over $1 million in snowmobile trailers incoming and really need the room, so all RVs need to go. Save up to $20,000 on fifth wheels, toy haulers, and Winnebago Class C motorhomes. Save up to $10,000 off travel trailers. Get your best deal while the best part of camping season is still here.
Scott's Recreation, Route 4 Turner and Route 202 Manchester, Maine.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the Southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Scott's Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scott's Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations and online at scottsrecreation.com.
LKQ Corp. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
When you're in need of awards or personalized gifts, call Award Champs, where they'll help you reward your champion.
Well, everybody traditionally thinks is the modifieds being the fastest cars down there, and you know, they are on a weekly basis. But when the ISMA modifieds, or ISMA super modifieds, I should say, pull into town, there ain't nothing any faster, and there ain't nobody on a consistent basis any faster than Chris Purley. And you know, and it's funny, and it made me think when watching him, you know, charge through the field, take the lead in the race. And the crowd that just goes nuts, you know, everybody just nuts, you know, and it's weird because usually when in my opinion, when that guy wins a lot or he is dominating, as Chris Purley tends to be, they're looked at as the villain. You know, they have their fans, but they're the villain. You know, they're the guy that everybody wants to beat and the crowd doesn't like. You know, guy that comes to mind down there is Teddy Christopher. But it comes in the way that you do it. You know, obviously Teddy been known to use the chrome horn and do some of the things he does, ruffle some feathers, not worry about it. Whereas Purley, you know, he doesn't do it. He wouldn't, you know, he just flat out beats you. And so it was a pretty interesting race to see. And, you know, obviously, you know, 20-something of those flying around there. I think they said he hit his top speed at close to 160, 70 miles an hour at the end of the straightaway in qualifying on Saturday. So, wow, just amazing. So enjoy these highlights, you know, hear from the winner. And Mr. Purley was the dominating car, but didn't end up in victory lane.
Down to net. Well, he has climbed out of the car. What a fantastic finish for the driver of car number 17, Ben Seitz. And everybody surrounding him. Let's get into some clean air over here and talk to our winner, Ben Seitz. Well, Ben, it looked like you were relegated to a second place finish today. What happened at the end?
I don't know what happened to Chris. We had a real good car. His was just a little bit quicker than ours. But I'm happy one way or another. I feel bad for Chris. He had a real good car. Awesome car. Awesome. Good run, buddy. Yeah. But no, I'm real happy to finish the season off this way. My sponsors are here. Never won in a super in Connecticut, so I'm real happy about that. It's my home state as far as racetracks are concerned.
Well, you won a lot of NEMA midgets in this state, but for the first time, a super modified. Who are the people responsible?
I need to thank my sponsor, Sam LaRusso, and his whole family. They put this whole deal together. My car owner, Dickie Bean, we went through the whole motor last night. We had some problems in the heat race. I need to thank him, Brian Allegresso, for the setup stuff. I'm just super happy. My family's here. Everything's good.
Well, he ends the season in capital letters in car number 17, Ben Seitz. He joined the Vic Miller team this year, and he was able to win the championship. How about a hand for Liquid Lou Ciccone? To come in your first year for Vic Miller and to take that car to the title, what does it mean to you?
It means a lot, but it would have been worse if I didn't take it to the title, because these cars have probably the most titles out of all the cars. So if I would have not made the title, I would have felt deficient.
So just another one of a long line of drivers who have won for Vic Miller. Were there any tough moments during the season that you had to bounce back from?
We had a lot of tough moments. We had a couple of DNFs from blown motors and stuff, but we were just mainly consistent all year, and that's what got us here.
This is your time to thank everybody who has made this championship possible.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Ed Shea for his sponsorship, Vic Miller for letting me drive the car, his nephew, the grandson for Stevie for working on the car, as well as Scotty and Leo and everybody else involved in the crew. It's without the crew, I can't do anything. And maybe I'll get lucky and I'll have me back another time.
Well, it wasn't just luck. It was great ability all season long for the driver of car number 71, Liquid Lou Ciccone.
Award Champs LLC is Southern Maine's premier award supplier and official award supplier for many of the area's top organization and events. If you're in need of an award for a sponsor, employee recognition, fundraising event, or an entire sports organization, call Todd Mead at Award Champ. They provide the best for less with competitive pricing like the big online firms, but give you the personalized service you can only get from a local supplier. When you're in need of awards or personalized gifts, call Award Champs, where they'll help you reward your champion.
We've got the car you've been looking for at OT Motor Sales. Shop online at otmotorsales.com.
Hello racers, I'm Amanda with Butler McMaster. Since our beginning, we have been an integral member of the New England racing industry. We played a key role in the development of the crate engine program. We are an official Ford racing parts dealer offering drop shipping on crate engines as well as complete competition-ready packages. We are a one-stop machining and parts source. Check out our website for more information. This fall, we are offering a special on your post-season engine refreshes.
If you are one of the first 20 customers to bring their engine in between October 21st and November 18th, we will give you your dyno test for free. That's a $300 saving.
Well, the Granite State Tour, I mean, they don't have any races in Maine, but it kind of tends that little bit of Maine flavor up here. And Maine competitor Larry Gelinas, you heard me talk about him earlier. Brad Babb, 2012 Pro Series champion at Beech Ridge, made his Granite State debut. It didn't last long, but he was pretty impressive for the short stay and really put on a good race. You know, I think everybody was worried when they came out because they got pushed behind the Whelen Tour because of time constraints and TV stuff that was going on. But really, they did a good job. They should be proud of themselves. You know, one little minor caution and then, you know, pretty much green to checkered the rest of the way. So it was good to see some pro stocks going around there at a big field of them, 20-something, close to 30 cars at Thompson Speedway. So enjoy these highlights, and you'll hear from the winner, who's no stranger to victory lane in Connecticut, as well as a lot of racetracks in New Hampshire and Maine.
Jeremy Davis able to roll away under his own
Larry, and this car was stout.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised myself, you know. I mean, I didn't think I had the greatest car, but there were some really fast cars out there, and I took it easy, even leading like that. So, I mean, I was just praying there was no caution and that somebody was saving their stuff and nowhere to get me. But I want to thank Sunoco, the Honins, and the Granite State Tour. It's a great tour to race with all the great officials, and they run it really nice. And I've raced a lot of different tracks, a lot of places, and so it was a lot of fun to race with them, and a lot of fun to race at Thompson.
With your win here today, it put you second in the championship standings, and running two different cars from up here, that's a good feat.
There it is. Yeah, I want to thank Rolly Lindblad for giving me his car to drive at the beginning of the year, and I decided he was only going to race a few. I decided I'll keep at it with mine, and it turned out good.
Congratulations on your first win, second in the championship standings. Larry Gelinas, our winner here this afternoon. How about a big round of applause, your 2013 Granite State Pro Stock Series champion. Coming back home, Mike O'Sullivan. Mike, congratulations, a great run for second and picking up the title. Welcome back to Thompson.
Thank you. There's no place I'd rather be than home, and to come here and win the Granite State Pro Stock Series champion in 2013 is extra special. We won a lot of races here, and we learned how to race here. It makes it extra special, but I really got to thank everybody on the team first. Bob Phil, BFR Chassis, he puts a lot of time and effort in this, and he doesn't really get a whole lot back out of it except for his own satisfaction like we do. But I really appreciate his help and all his hard work. He builds great race cars and gives us good adjustments on race day. My dad, of course, Tom O'Sullivan Welding. My mom, my wife Abby, for putting up with all the time we are in the shop. My brother, he comes in here midway through the year, wins Rookie of the Year. He puts a lot of time and effort in this too. We have a lot of talks in our rides to work, and it makes a big difference. It's a special relationship we have, and I'm very proud of that too. Flamingo Motorsports, Teddy Bear Pools, everybody that chips in, Bobby, Foley, Mike, Alex, Jimmy, Finn, everybody that helps out. I mean, Rickster, I hope I don't forget anybody, but it's extra special, especially the Granite State Pro Stock Series, Sunoco for the World Series here, everybody that puts this stuff on. Really proud to be the champion.
You raced out there, and Larry just kept pulling away from you. Was there anything you could have done if we had a late restart?
You know what? I was really praying the caution would come out. The brakes started to fade a little bit there, and I looked in the mirror. I had a little bit of security with my brother coming, but he's hungry too, so we're better off, not having the caution come out. We had a good car. Congratulations to Larry. He had a really good car. He deserves to win the race. We were probably a second place car, and I came home third. We got some special crew members too: Christopher, Zachary, Braden, Emma, Nicholas, everybody that comes, Grayson. The little boys come to the racetrack, our board, playing with their little Matchbox cars, but they hang in there too, so I appreciate all their help too.
All winter to celebrate. Congratulations one more time, our 2013 Granite State Pro Stock Series champion, Mike O'Sullivan.
Today's vehicles are equipped with complex safety features such as anti-lock brakes, seatbelt restraints, and airbag systems. Even collision avoidance systems. Not available in all models. Hi, I'm Sean Moody from Moody's Collision Centers. We don't wish bad luck on anyone, but even with today's technology, we need to keep our eyes on the road and our hands on the wheel. Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Looking for a great time, great people, and great food? Then visit New England's #1 biker destination, Bentley's Saloon, owned by legendary super-modified driver Bentley Warren. Bentley's is a biker bar that welcomes everyone. Staying in the area, Bentley's has their own full-service campground right on site. Tuesdays, Bentley's Cruise Night attracts car enthusiasts from all over New England. Located on Route 1 in Arundel, Bentley Saloon guarantees a great time. Check out the fun at BentleySaloon.com and see why Bentley says, who has more fun than us?
Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Bentley Saloon, Route 1 in Arundel. Stop by and see why me and my friends say, who has more fun than us? We do.
Clark's Car Crushing, providing guaranteed honest weights with top dollar being paid.
Welcome back to Mainely Motorsports, and we're not going to be able to show you much from the Wheeling Modified Tour because it is a TV deal. You'll be able to see the race later on in November, the entire race, but we can show you some highlights and hear from the winner and the champion. But I'll tell you, they started the day off in my books by doing all the right things. And you know, you see these awards that are given out sometimes or passed out, and you kind of say to yourself, not all the time, but sometimes, really, why? And but they gave out two very special awards, which they do at the last race every year, the Smiley Waterman Award and the Sonny Richards Award. You know, they go to a driver that different criteria, so to speak, but it really all falls into one category. You know, just a person, I shouldn't say a driver, a person that just, you know, means to that series or, you know, is given back to that series. And the recipient of that was a guy that I met when I went down to New Hampshire Motor Speedway in July with Jacob Dorr. Jacob had problems in practice, tore up the right front, was having some issues trying to get it repaired. And you know, the guy that was parked right next to us, you know, hauls in an old ramp truck, isn't a threat to win, you know, has made 290, almost 300 starts, and has a handful of top 10s. No wins, no top 5s, a handful of top 10s. But he's there every week. He's willing to give everybody a helping hand. And like I said, just met him in July at New Hampshire. Saw him a little bit down in Connecticut. You know, just great guy. And for them he was the recipient of both award winners, and that's Wade Cole, the driver of the number 33. And I don't think there was a more deserving winner of an award as it was with him when I listened to the criteria that they were looking for and how they determined the winner. And you know, after seeing him in July and helping out the whole Dorr racing team with, you know, the problems they had encountered, and really putting his race team on the back burner to make sure Jacob and those guys got everything back together and were able to get out there and make a qualifying effort and be a part of the race. It just shows the type of individual he is. And so, you know, they hit it right off the bat. They did a great job with honoring him, and then, you know, to the race. And you know, there was a championship battle still to be decided. But you know, Ryan Preece had a pretty comfortable lead, and Doug Kobe had problems right off the bat, and you know, kind of gave Ryan that cushion he needed, and he raced for the win. He didn't, you know, he literally raced for the win. He didn't back into a championship. But you know, the guy that was crowned the champion last week at Star in the Valente Modified Series also runs the Wheeling Tour. You know, came out of there and ended the 3-year drought and picked up the win, and that's Rowan Pennick. So, you know, hear what they have to say about their days, their seasons, and see some highlights from the Wheeling Modified Tour that put on a great race down there at Thompson this past weekend.
It was an amazing run for you here today. You kind of laid back, and then in the closing stages of the event, just jumped to the front and ran pretty much uncontested.
Yeah, we've had so many good cars racing here at the past few years, and pit strategy and cautions that never fell our way. And today we pitted a little bit earlier than some people, and it finally fell right for us today. We were able to have a great pit stop, get out in front of a bunch of people, and bring this thing into victory lane.
You know, restarts play such an important part in an event like this. What was going through your mind on that last restart?
Just not get wrecked, and so we could be there, you know, when it came down to the end, and try and do that and gain spots as well, but worked out for us.
Did you really think you had something to offer up to Ryan, or was it just a toss-up at that point?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan had a real fast car, so was the 4, and we just were able to overcome with the 93 today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now move down to Victory Lane, where our champion is climbing out of the race car. This is what we call a celebration. Okay. Ryan, I'll tell you what, you won that one and you celebrated in style. Congratulations. It has to have been a tough couple of weeks for you.
How can you not celebrate in style with my best friends, the Memberinos, with me? But there's a
there's a lot of emotions going on. I can't thank my girlfriend, my family, my car owner Eric, all my sponsors, East West Brian, Diversified Metals, R&B Enterprises, Bob Bruno Racing Engines, Racing Electronics, Sunoco Race Fuels for helping out in this event. The Honeys for having it here. This was awesome. It's awesome to see a great, stands full of people, and I'm sure it's going to sink in even more later when I have a good Coors Light with my buddies.
Ryan, all you had to do was finish 22nd or better. And we sat up there watching you lap after lap, duking it out with some of the best. And I mean, not throwing caution to the wind, but boy, you were driving the wheels off of this race car. What was going through your mind? Did you want to preserve the championship, or did you want the win?
A little bit of both, but we had a really good car. I can't thank Sly enough, and we're definitely making strong steps forward, and we definitely had a really good car, and just things didn't work out our way, but the championship, the big picture did. And that's what it's all about. We race all year long for this big crown at the end, and now I get to have a nice trophy in my room along with a grandfather clock and everything else, so it's awesome. It's just amazing right now.
Brian, we're going to invite the Vice President of Regional and Touring Series for NASCAR, George Silverman, in. And George is going to probably show you that you're going to need to do some renovation on your house, because the trophy is not something you put in the average bedroom, so congratulations. We'll see if we can get George to step in. And it looks like we've got to get some people moved back here so that we can get the trophy out to make that official presentation to you. But Ryan, it's been a long season. You've had success after success. There was a period there where it was back-to-back-to-back wins, and then things started to go sour for a couple of races.
Yeah, but that's what makes a strong team. We never fell apart, and we kept digging, and we won this championship. That's what we set out to do. It's been a phenomenal 2 years with Flamingo Motorsports. Second last year to Doug. He's a great guy, and to win the championship this year, it's just it's really amazing, and I don't even know how to describe it. Everybody keeps asking me, what are you going to feel? I couldn't tell them because it wasn't over yet, but right now I can tell you there's a lot of emotions going on right now.
There has to be. You not only are the youngest person ever to win a Modified Tour Championship, but to do it in the style that you did it, do it with class, do it with dignity. It says an awful lot for you as an individual, as a driver, and as a member of this team. So a hearty congratulations from everyone here on that accomplishment.
Thank you, but I wouldn't be the person I am today without all the people I have around me. My girlfriend, my family, my crew, and all my friends. I have a great support behind me, so I got to thank all of them too, my parents especially.
Okay, now we have moved the trophy in, and as you can see, you may need to do a little construction on your room if you want to put this in there.
I got some room for this. We can make some room.
All right, as the cup goes on top, now we'll once again ask George to come on in and make that official presentation to you. George.
Ryan, on behalf of everyone at NASCAR, we are proud and honored to crown you as our 2013 NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour Champion. Huge chunk of hardware for you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me in this division. That's a little heavy to drop. I got butterfingers.
Get the right car at the right price. OTMotorsales.com.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Well, race season may be over for most. You got the Halloween Howler coming up this weekend at Star Speedway, and it's still a couple point battles to be decided, and slamming Sammy Peabody right from Springvale, Maine, is going for the championship in the Strictly's. He's second, but he's close enough where he can make it happen. So you're looking to still do a little racing, go down and support Sammy and their whole race team, Katie and the whole group, as they try to bring another championship from another track back to the state of Maine. So good luck to Sammy. And the Howler is just one of those fun events. We have Motor Mayhem at Oxford, Days of Destruction at Beech Ridge. That's the same type of event, and it's been going on for years, and they pack the people in. So you want to get there early if you want to stay for the event. Enduros, you can go to Star Speedway's website and get all the information and all the classes. Big gun shootout for you guys, the mud run enthusiasts up there at Oxford Dragway. Huge event going on up there this weekend, so chance to go up there. And then for the racers, flea market season starts, and the first annual Tom Mayberry Flea Market over at Oxford Plains Speedway, Saturday and Sunday. You can show up Friday for your preferred spots, and go to their website, oxfordplains.com. More info, vendor space, vendor pricing, or you can call 539-8865 and get all the information you need. So that starts the first of 3 weeks in a row for the flea markets. The following week, Thompson. Week after that, Lee. So chance to sell some stuff and maybe upgrade some of your stuff on your race car or your race team, or maybe you want to sell your whole race car and race team. You decide that you've had enough. So your chance to do it, your first chance to do it this week over to Oxford for Tom Mayberry's first annual flea market. So I hope you guys all enjoyed the footage that Dave McGuire shot and Dave Stewart put together for you with Dave McGuire from Thompson Speedway at the World Series of Racing. And if it's something you haven't experienced, campers everywhere. It's just something that if you're a race fan, you put on your bucket list. You know what? Maybe I can't go every year, but it's something I have to try. Just like Oktoberfest, 250, all those events. So we hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Mainly Motorsports, and we'll be here next week, right here on Mainly Motorsports.